What if I told you your favorite fries have more ingredients than a lab experiment? Some fast food fries have close to 20 ingredients. 20. For something that's just potatoes and oil, right? You're about to find out why that's not even the craziest part of this story. We eat this stuff every week, millions of us. But almost nobody actually knows what's in it, why it tastes the way it does, or why you crave it at 11 p.m. when you swore you weren't hungry. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll never look at a drive-thru menu the same way again. Let's get one thing straight before we go further. This isn't about scaring you off burgers forever. I still eat fast food. This is about knowing what you're actually eating, because right now, most of us don't. We just trust the label, trust the smell, trust the habit. Here's the thing though. Fast food isn't really food in the way your grandmother would have understood the word. It's engineered. Every single bite is designed, tested, and retested by actual scientists before it ever reaches your tray. That burger isn't an accident. It's a formula. And that's not a conspiracy theory. That's just how the industry works. Food companies employ flavor chemists, texture scientists, and behavioral psychologists. Their entire job is figuring out how to make you want more, faster, and more often. Sound intense? It kind of is. So today we're breaking this whole thing down, where the ingredients actually come from, why preservatives exist in the first place, and the psychological tricks built into the menu, the packaging, even the lighting in the restaurant. Yeah, the lighting matters too. We'll get there. Let's start with the fries, since that's the shocking claim everyone's talking about. A basic fry should have 3 ingredients: potato, oil, salt. That's it. That's the whole recipe your grandpa would have used. But some fast food fries list closer to 19. So what are the other 16 doing in there? Mostly, they're solving problems that come from mass production. Dextrose gets added so every fry brown's the exact same golden color every single time in every single restaurant worldwide. Basically, it's there so your fries look Instagram ready in Ohio and in Tokyo. Then there's sodium acid pyrophosphate. Try saying that 5 times fast. Its whole job is stopping the potatoes from turning gray after they're cut. Because a potato left in the open air oxidizes, kind of like how a cut apple turns brown on your counter. Nobody wants gray fries. And there's dimethyl polysiloxane. Yes, that's a real ingredient. It's an anti-foaming agent, mainly used to stop the frying oil from bubbling over. It's the same compound used in some cosmetics and even in silly putty. Weird? Definitely. Dangerous in tiny amounts? Not really, but nobody's telling you that on the menu board. Now here's where it gets more interesting than just weird chemical names. Preservatives aren't actually the villain most people assume they are. Think about it. Fast food has to travel. It sits in freezers, trucks, warehouses, sometimes for months before it ever reaches your local restaurant. Without preservatives, none of that would be possible. You'd need fresh ingredients delivered daily to every single location, which would make fast food insanely expensive and honestly, kind of impossible at that scale. So preservatives exist to solve a logistics problem, not just a flavor one. But here's the part that should actually bother you more. It's not really the preservatives. It's the engineering of taste itself. Fast food companies use something called the bliss point. That's the exact combination of salt, sugar, and fat that makes your brain light up and crave more. It's not an accident that fries taste amazing. Scientists have tested hundreds of salt-to-fat ratios to find the one that triggers the strongest craving response in your brain. Basically, they're not just making food. They're reverse engineering your own biology to keep you coming back. And this matters because it explains why you can eat a huge meal and still want dessert, or why one fry turns into the whole box. Your brain isn't weak. It's being expertly targeted by people who spent years studying exactly how to do that. Let's talk about the burger patty for a second, because this one surprises people every time. A lot of fast food beef isn't from one single cow. It's often a blend, sometimes from multiple animals, sometimes from multiple countries, all ground together to hit a consistent fat-to-meat ratio. Why does that matter? Because consistency is the entire fast food business model. A burger in Texas has to taste exactly like a burger in Maine, so the meat gets standardized, just like the fries get standardized, just like literally everything on that menu gets standardized. Now let's talk about the bun. Ever notice how fast food bread barely goes stale? That's because of dough conditioners, ingredients that extend shelf life and keep that soft, pillowy texture for days instead of hours. It's not natural, but it is intentional. And then there's the smell. Ever walked past a fast food place and suddenly you're hungry, even though you just ate? That's not a coincidence either. A lot of chains specifically design their ventilation systems to push cooking smells out onto the street. It's marketing you can't scroll past. Even the colors on the packaging are chosen for a reason. Red and yellow are used constantly across the industry because studies show those colors trigger hunger and urgency in the brain. It's why so many major chains, not just one, all lean on the same color palette. So is fast food secretly poison? No, honestly, it's not. The ingredients we've talked about are all approved, tested, and used within regulated limits. This isn't a "they're trying to hurt you" story. It's a "they're trying to hook you" story. That's a very different thing. The real truth nobody tells you is this: fast food isn't designed to be healthy, and it was never trying to be. It's designed to be consistent, cheap to produce, and nearly impossible to stop eating. Those are three very different goals than nutritious. And honestly, once you know that, the whole experience shifts. You stop seeing it as just a meal and start seeing it as a product, built by scientists, tested by focus groups, and refined for years before it ever reached your hands. That's not evil. That's just business. The problem isn't that this information is hidden in some big secret vault somewhere. It's technically public. It's on ingredient lists, on research databases, on company websites even. The problem is nobody actually reads it, because who checks the ingredients on a milkshake at midnight? So here's what I'd actually watch for if you want to eat smarter without giving up the food you enjoy. Check the ingredient list occasionally, not obsessively. If you see 5 or more words you can't pronounce, that's usually a sign of heavy processing. Watch your portion sizes more than the ingredients themselves. A lot of the danger in fast food comes from quantity, not the individual ingredients. One burger occasionally isn't the problem. 3 combo meals a week, every week, for years, that's where it actually adds up. And maybe the biggest one, notice when you're eating out of actual hunger versus when you're eating because a smell, a color, or an ad triggered a craving. That awareness alone puts you back in control, instead of the marketing being in control of you. If this opened your eyes even a little, drop a comment telling me which ingredient surprised you the most. Was it the fries? The buns? The lighting thing? I read every single comment, and honestly, some of the best video ideas come straight from you guys. And if you want more videos like this, ones that pull back the curtain on stuff we interact with every single day without ever questioning it, hit subscribe. There's a lot more truth nobody tells you content coming, and trust me, some of it's even wilder than this one.